how to easily provide training to your OFS. So I want to talk about some culture, some Philippine culture that we don't often talk about. So training a new employee in the Philippines is such an integrated part of their culture that they actually have an acronym for it and government backing for it. It's called OJT, on the job training. And it's so prevalent that I found a government created PDF document that is intended to businesses explaining them why they should provide on the job training, how to do it, and why it's important. It's so prevalent that as I have recruited people in the Philippines for working for me, I've had applicants ask me questions like, is there OJT for this position? Assuming that I knew what OJT was. Or how long is the on-the-job training for this position? So they're just assuming there's gonna be training once they get the job. And some of these people were really, really skilled, talented people that were asking these questions, still expecting to be trained once they got on the job. And there's a couple reasons for this. One, it helps them feel comfortable in the position. Two, it helps them know that there's ongoing support for them in the business, that there's room to improve. So if you don't provide training and onboarding training to your new OFS, you kind of alienate them right away because it's part of their culture. What I'm saying isn't 100% across the board. You don't have to fully train someone every time, or you're going to lose them, or you're going to offend them. That's not the case, but it is a really prevalent thing in the Philippines. So here's the problem. Creating training is hard. And I know because I've been doing this since 2005. And when I started, like I said, Joven knew nothing. And the second person I hired knew very little. And I just had to create these trainings. And so I've been creating them for years and years and years. And a lot of you have said to me hey, how do I create these trainings? This is really hard, or I don't know, I don't have the knowledge to create these trainings. How do I do this? Well, here's what we've done. We've created the trainings for you. So I'm introducing today VAs Made Easy. It is done for you trainings that you can hand off to your OFS. You can hand it off to a brand new beginner OFS. You can hand it off to a new person that you hired who's super experienced. You can hand them off to people that have worked for you for years and years, and you're just giving them more training. You're upscaling them. You're helping them to progress. Regardless of who you're giving it to, it will help that person feel more comfortable in your job, contribute to your business, be more productive. They will be so thankful for the training. So I've spent the last couple of years creating trainings that are specific to the employer-VA relationship. Here's the thing. So every training that I've ever seen online is intended for the CEO of the business to implement. It's so odd to me. People create a course, a training course. It's a marketing training course. It's a whatever it is. And they then talk to you, the business owner, saying, here's what you need to do. You go do this, and you make this decision, and you do that, and you create this. And if you hand that off to an OFS in the Philippines, they will disappear. And I know this because I've done it and I've tried it. What happens is you give them something that's intended for the CEO. They don't want to be the CEO. They don't know how to be the CEO. They're scared of doing something wrong because you haven't provided them training. And so they look at this, they go through the training, they get to these points in there where they're expected to make decisions that they don't know how to make, and then they want to disappear because they're scared. So if you're gonna do something like that, you have to filter the training you give them. Or we've done that for you. So we've created these trainings where we've separated the CEO role from the OFS role, where they get the implementation details and the why details, but you get the decision-making stuff. And when they get decisions to make, they're told, hey, try and make this decision, but ask your boss about this so that you can confirm, yeah, hey, that's a good decision, or you can get the relevant information from them, and then you can help them make a good, correct decision for it. These trainings will give your OFS skills, they'll give them confidence, they'll give them hope towards the future of improving and kind of climbing the ladder in your company so that they can get higher pay scale. So these trainings will give your OFS skills, they'll give your OFS confidence, they'll give them hope towards the future of potentially getting more training. They'll give them hope of expanding their career options within your company. This is one of the things about the Philippines. They're so loyal that you can provide them training and they don't leave to go to another company, which is so amazing. These trainings will help set quality of work expectations. There's so much that providing training to your OFS does And this is really kind of one of my secrets that I've had over the years, is that I just provide so much training to people that they're super loyal, they work super hard, they are constantly trying to improve the business, they're coming to me with ideas. This is what training does for you. So here's what this done-for-you training library, vasmadeeasy.com, is. So right now, as we launch this, it's currently 29 different training modules on various topics. Topics like SEO and Facebook marketing and pay-per-click and LinkedIn marketing and email marketing and how to build websites, how to build effective websites. So many different topics, like how to do forum marketing, which is one of the things that we do, how we do that. How do you step into forums and do that? How to build a mini net, and how to have that be effective. There's so many things here. And so at vasmadeeasy.com, you can find a list of all these trainings and actually of what's covered in each of these trainings, so you'll know what they're learning. Each of these is designed specifically for you to download and not go through the training yourself, but to be given to your OFS. And then there's typically a 1 to 2 page thing or a couple minute video that will tell you what you need to do in order to have them be effective at this training. You'll learn what they're learning. You'll learn the decisions that you need to make, and you'll have a pretty good overview of what's going on here while they get all the details. Now, if you want to go through the details also, that's totally fine. These are very comprehensive. I mean, 150-page PDF or for each one of these, or like 50 videos for each training. And again, there's 29 of these trainings. We call this a library, a training course library. So your OFS will learn new skills. They'll come to you with questions, which is so awesome when they get the confidence to come to you and say like, hey, this thing doesn't make sense, or hey, what if we did this? Or hey, I think that this thing would make sense. They'll implement processes in your business. I can't explain how much providing training will affect your business, your OFS, your relationship with them. The whole thing is better. vasmadeeasy.com. Check it out. It's brand new. We've never done this before. And plus it comes with access to Onlinejobs.ph for 6 months for free. So bonus.